Hi, welcome to She Spice. So it appears as though Diddy was barely around here, screwing anybody and getting anybody engaged with his oddity offs, since word on the road is that Diddy used to have trans ladies at his oddity offs, and that he consistently participated in 3 different ways with, in all honesty, Bobby, Valentino, and a trans lady of their decision. Yet that is not even the wild part. Evidently a portion of the trans ladies Diddy, furthermore, Bobby utilized in his oddity offs weren't dependably there by their decision. And in any event, when they, in some cases, didn't get paid for their administrations, with respect to Bobby V, he has been engaged with such countless outrages, including trans ladies, that as of now there are tales that he probably won't actually realize his own sexuality. Yet, what's insane is that sources are currently talking about Diddy made it a prerequisite for individuals to get physically involved with trans ladies to go to his gatherings, and in the event that they rejected, he could repudiate their whole professions, could make sense of why Bobby V's profession, out of nowhere, begun going on a descending winding regardless of him having some really amazing record hits almost. Immediately, Bobby outrages with trans ladies, first in 2017, at the point when he sprung up in the news, in the wake of declining to pay an ex-laborer to come figure out the lady being referred to was Transwoman Ama Houston. She got Bobby on video, taking off from her home without his shoes or keys. Bobby, back up for me, back up. Come on, get out my home. Get out my home. Get out my home. You all Bobby Valentino, running you forgot your shoes. In your case, after the recording turned into a web sensation, bits of hearsay began zooming around that Bobby was befuddled about his sexuality in light of the fact that, as indicated by him, he didn't realize Rama was trans, and he likewise rejected that she was a whore. His rep additionally delivered a proclamation saying Rama was attempting to blackmail him for she figured out who he was. Bobby revealed the alleged blackmail to the police and vowed to seek after lawful activity against her, and he followed through with his commitment when he hammered Rama with a claim. In the court report, Bobby guaranteed he didn't agree to Rama taking a video of him. Furthermore, that she accepted the video as a cash investigation. She was obviously taking steps to deliver the video to the web if he didn't pay her $2,000 or $3,000 anyway. Rama was recounting to say something else entirely. As per her, Bobby was lying through his teeth. He was evidently previously following her via online entertainment. Before they ran into one another at a club occasion, Bobby was facilitating. Bobby then, at that point, welcomed her and her companions to his celebrity segment, and, as indicated by her, she was sure, hopefully not by mistake, that they were going to talk about business. In light of the fact that Bobby was making commotion about putting her on, she said she was forthright with Bobby about being a transsexual lady, and Bobby said he was down with it later. They got together at her home, and Bobby asked her companion, who was at the condo, to leave since she actually thought they were going to examine some business matters. She likewise felt her companion leaving was really smart anyway, as opposed to sitting down to begin having that significant discussion. Bobby got taking going his garments and attempting to begin something with her. He damn close frightened the existence out of her, and that is the point at which she whipped out her telephone and began interrogating him concerning what he assumed he was doing. Mrs. Houston, in the event that you could look to our camera, in the event that those were Bobby Valentino eyes, would you tell him at this moment, understanding what you know and have gone through what you went through, if it somehow happened to be business, as was expressed, things couldn't ever have headed the path they headed, if you could have paid attention onto the things that I told you in the history before going through this, as I was so straightforward to let you know my fantasies, my desire, my history, since you needed to realize what could it be that I had insight in this field, and I let you know where I went to go. Things could have went an alternate course, yet after all his hooting and hollering, Bobby didn't make an appearance to court when the ideal opportunity for the preliminary moved around, so the court excused the case. Rama didn't pass up on the amazing chance to jump on the web and drag Bobby, she said in the trial today against Bobby Valentino. The appointed authority chose for his argument against me about coercion that was excused, leaned toward by God, and many were against me. Yet that wasn't the last time Bobby was up to speed in this kind of embarrassment. One more trans woman named Shauna Streams approached with claims that Bobby maintained that she should applaud his cheeks, and she had receipts. She posted a screen capture of missed calls from Bobby, in spite of the fact that she never affirmed in the event that they really connected by any stretch of the imagination. As though things couldn't get any more chaotic, a video of Bobby and rapper Lil Ruff celebrating with men who were evidently trans ladies became a web sensation. The two of them attempted to minimize the reports, and Crude even flat-out denied the claims that the ladies were trans. Tales began zooming around that this multitude of stories and bits of gossip were emerging about Bobby, since somebody someplace was attempting to undermine his profession. Check whether you knew Bobby Valentino at his pinnacle. Then you'd be exceptionally shocked by how his vocation tumbled off. Bobby was in every case artistically skilled since early on experiencing childhood in Atlanta. He joined the singing gathering Mista as a teen in 1994. They recorded a genuinely effective debut collection highlighting the hit melody Blackberry Molasses, which was delivered in 1996. They recorded a subsequent collection, yet the gathering disbanded before the collection could be delivered. This was in 1997, preceding Bobby graduating secondary school and signing up for university in 2002. Bobby tried out for the main time of American Symbol. He didn't get in that frame of mind of the adjudicators and figured he didn't have the stuff to be a star anyway. Bobby didn't abandon his fantasies right now. He recorded 3 demos that, in the end, advanced toward Preposterous. Luda imparted them to Chaka Zulu, his administrator and the prime supporter of Lud's Upsetting the Peace record name, which was an auxiliary of Dejan the manager's, preferred Bobby's demo, and they offered him an agreement quickly. He delivered his presentation, a self-named collection, in the spring of 2005, and it sold over 78,000 duplicates in the US, which prompted it to be guaranteed gold by the RIAA. The collection included Bobby V's hit Single Lull, which turned into a main 10 hit on the US Bulletin Hot 100, and Diagram #1 on the Board R&B Singles Outline. The collection laid out Bobby as a skilled vocalist since it truly gave him the amazing chance to show his vocals and incredible songwriting abilities. He likewise got the chance to team up with quite a large number of large craftsmen like Lil Wayne for his tune. Let me know he even showed up on Lud's Melody, pimping from one side of the planet to the other. Also, it appeared as though everything was okay for him. Luda was beginning to assume the job of guide for Bobby, and as per him, that didn't actually agree with him. Since Luda was hot at the time, he wanted to work under the shadow of somebody who was a star, by their own doing planned to detract from his sparkle anyway. As per sources, there was significantly more happening in the background than just Bobby not needing another person to take his sparkle. Evidently, he was being compelled to take part in specific oddity off conduct that he didn't pursue, and Luda was fundamentally presenting him to individuals like Diddy for the sake of setting out open doors for him. When you consider it's not excessively shocking that Luda thought it was smart to carry Bobby into the overlap. I mean, he did likewise, and it was functioning admirably for him up to this point. If you all recall, during the Cat Williams Stunner interview with Club Shay, he discussed how he and Sly were once welcomed to a profession, characterizing meeting where they were offered a $200 million arrangement for 20 motion pictures. Are you connected with Luda? No, so there was a junction where we were both welcome to an Illuminati thing, and it must be either of us, and choices must be made. So it was the two of us, we were equivalent. One of us needed to cut off the entirety of their hair, and couldn't do the sideburn thing anymore with the places. Also, the following individual, they said, planned to get $200 million, since they were going to pay him $10 million a film to complete 20 motion pictures. And that is the way the discussion happened. One of those people ended up being ridiculous, and the other individual ended up being. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.